Hughes. And we're continuing to assess manifesto promises. The Jamaica Labour Party says it will provide significant tax breaks for senior citizens if it wins the September 3 general election. Now, that proposal is among a raft of initiatives outlined in the party's manifesto dubbed I Choose Jamaica, the Next Chapter. The 110-page document was unveiled on Sunday during a mass rally in Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay, St. James. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness made the announcement.
For our seniors, and they have been writing to me patiently. We have some very good look. We have to give thanks to our senior citizen class. They are the ones that keep balance in the society. They are an anchor. We have to give thanks for them. So for seniors aged 65 and over, we will exempt all employment and pension earnings from income tax, where total income from all sources is $6 million or less per year, because we are honoring our seniors who have built Jamaica. That's Dr. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister and JLP leader. Joining us now to discuss, founder and executive chair of the Caribbean Community of Retired Persons, CCRP, Jean-Laurie Chin, former government senator and former chair of the Special Select Committee of the Senate that was tasked with reviewing a proposed Elderly Care and Protection Act, Shireen Golding Campbell. Ladies, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Cliff. Good evening, Simone.
Good evening.
Hi, Shireen.
Hi, Dean. Good evening, Kate. I thought that was Ricardo.
Yes, it is Ricardo, but Siobhan was on earlier, so it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Hello. Let me begin with your Jean-Laurie Chin. Your reaction to what you heard there from the Prime Minister.
Well, of course, we're ecstatic. We actually had written 2 years ago to the Ministry of Finance for them to give us better tax breaks, and they did respond, and they did give us better tax breaks. But this is really beyond our dreams, and we are very grateful for it. But can I just say,
I know this one listening about me listening to this.
But I have seen both manifestos so focused on our seniors, and I'm very grateful.
And give us a sense, Jean-Laurie Chin, of what were some of the concerns you were hearing expressed by our seniors?
Well, and I have to thank both former Senator and Attorney at Law Shireen Golding Campbell and former Senator Professor Floyd Murray.
Hold on, somebody can find the clipping with Mark Golden budget on the 3.5. I could go and listen to this in the meantime. Yeah, because we don't want to hit this over 1 year at the 3.5 discussion. But somebody can look for that.
Yeah, that's not the one.
No, this is not the one. But we are going to listen to this till somebody find it. Somebody can go and look for it meanwhile. Huh? I could go and listen to this till somebody else find it.
For the initiative in setting up the committee to begin the laying the groundwork for the Elderly Care and Protection Act, because we were allowed, along with many other organizations like the National Council for Senior Citizens, to make our presentation to that Senate committee. And in our presentation, we see a lot of those areas being addressed in both manifestos, but I must say, for the JLP manifesto, this easier guardianship order and this registry to ensure appropriate record keeping is so important, because I did not know that having a power of attorney does not ensure that after you are not able to make decisions for yourself, that person can act for you. I didn't realize that you had to get guardianship. And so I'm really happy that this is part of the plan. Yes.
And Shireen Golding, I suspect you had a hand in the writing of this section of the manifesto.
I think perhaps, Keith, I was consulted at one point. I'm very, very happy to see it in
Golden Truth, you can find it.
To see that my party has looked really meaningfully at what it is the senior citizens need and what we must do as a society to protect them. When I read the manifesto section on on older persons, it tells me that we really understand that there's a need for the entire society to respect seniors, for there to be systems in place that demand respect for seniors. And it also demonstrates to me a government that listens. Many of these I'm not gonna miss out on something.
Hold on.
A phased approach of $100,000 increments. Mr. Robinson pointed to natural increases in revenues and increased GDP growth over the next 3 years of approximately $140 billion based on the fiscal policy paper.
Now, our programs and our priorities are different from the JLP's programs and priorities. And as such, we are going to place the things that we consider to be critical to improving the quality of life of all Jamaicans at the forefront of our priorities. So between the organic revenue growth, between the existing envelope that exists in the budget, our commitments can be funded.
A check of the fiscal policy paper projects that over that period, despite the increases in revenues, the country is anticipated to run a fiscal deficit of $34 billion in 2026-27, $33 billion in 27-28, and nearly $6 billion in 28-29. To make up the shortfall, the government intends to borrow roughly $760 billion over the period. But PNP President Mark Golding sought to assure Jamaicans his party would not compromise critical programs as part of a reprioritization under a future PNP administration.
A false impression has been deliberately sowed by the government that we will discontinue all existing government programs and policies. That's absolute nonsense. We recognize that in the $360 billion envelope for programs, there's a vast array of programs. Some of them are long-standing and fundamental, such as the PATH program, which was started by the People's National Party and provides support for vulnerable children and vulnerable citizens. And we would never do anything to reduce that.
Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Mark Golding has repeatedly adjusted his position on the increase in the country's income tax threshold. Nationwide News has looked back on the timeline of the PNP's claims regarding their proposed increases. Mahiri Stewart tells us more.
The income tax threshold has become a potent electoral calling card. A promise to more than double the threshold was used to great effect by the then JLP opposition in 2016. In 2023, when the threshold stood at $1.5 million, Mr. Golding vowed to double it to $3 million if his party formed the next government. When grilled about the promise outside Gordon House in February that year, Mr. Golding told reporters the party had already worked out funding plans for the proposed increase.
I've already said that I think there's a justification for the threshold being increased. We had proposed it in my presentation to our annual conference that it should be increased to $3 million to adjust for the inflation that has transpired since 2016 and to preserve the value of the benefit of the threshold that was then imposed, plus a buffer for some future inflation, which is ongoing. We have our own plan as to how we finance this, but the government are in power and they need to say how they are going to finance it.
At the time, he criticized Prime Minister Andrew Holness for announcing what was dubbed 1.5 2.0. He said an explanation of the funding was necessary.
We need to hear from the government the parameters of how they propose to finance this, how they're going to fund it, when they plan to roll it out, and to what extent they're planning in terms of an increase. I thought the Prime Minister, having announced this on the campaign trail, there would have been something about it in the throne speech, but there was nothing.
During the closing of budget debates a year later, then Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark noted that the proposed funding arrangements had been dropped from the PNP's presentations. In 2025, those plans were again absent from the PNP's budget debate contributions. Finance Minister Favour Williams used her maiden budget presentation to announce further increases in the threshold to $1.8 million, with a further phased increase to $2 million by 2027. When the question was put to the PNP president days after the budget debate, he informed journalists that the PNP's funding proposal was under review. He went further to say that he felt the current planned increases were appropriate.
Well, it's under review. At this time, there have been some increases in the threshold, and we've seen the costings of it. Some of these things, when you don't have access to all of the information that the government has with the Ministry of Finance and literally a few thousand technocrats supporting their work. We don't have access to that. So we're anticipating further increases over time, but that's not part of the presentation that we made because it's already underway, and we under review.
Mr. Golding has also suggested that an increase in the threshold to $3 million would not benefit enough Jamaicans.
I think that we're on a trajectory now that we will get to that target in due course. It's all subject to fiscal space being available. But I think the point to make is that, I don't think that is the priority at this time, because you're talking about 200,000 people benefiting from that, whereas you have a lot of other people who do not benefit from that. And so if you're going to be doing tax relief and tax reforms, I think you have to balance that as well.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Do you hear what I'm saying? So, come down in
I'm Scritty. The poor Africans, these things.
Yeah, if it's a 200,000, that kind of not going to benefit enough people. So, you got a 3.5.
Yeah, you want to hear him? You don't want to hear Scritty yet? Slip lips. You want to hear him? Ships.
Launch our manifesto.
Who have it? One and only?
We were going to be publishing another document summarizing the main points in our manifesto, but with a little icing on the cake too. And tomorrow we will be launching that document. But there's something I want to give you a sneak preview of tonight. Now I hear the Labourites are talking about adjusting the rate of income tax. But that is going to benefit those who are very, very wealthy more than it will benefit those who are less wealthy. Because the rate, once reduced for them, means that they will be paying less tax because they're earning more to begin with. We are going to deal with that matter in a way that benefits those who need it most. Under the PNP government that is to come, we will be increasing the tax threshold so that persons who currently pay tax at 25%, if they're earning up to $3.5 million a year, they will be paying tax at 0% under the next PNP government. We've been raising to give them a tax-free income.
That's a promise.
The one who want you know, when them ask about the 3.5 for breakdown, how to that work. You have that one and only?
Continue with the clip. Maybe continue with the news item. Maybe the next clip over. Just continue and see if the next clip.
The one where we play every news?
Yes.
Right. I'm mute and try to find it.
No man, hold on guys. I'm kinda busy now, hold on. Let me find it a while ago. I want me think they'll give me trouble. Hold on, me scroll it. Because this man said us that he was going to end the programs. No, he said, what the hell?
He said $3 million wouldn't work because he would have benefit enough people.
Yeah man, that's the same thing we're talking about.
I know it's on 3.5.
The amount of videos.
I would have Damon Crawford 2.0.
Persons that
you find it?
Yeah.
Alright, run it.
Ian Jackson, well, I asked when Ian Jackson Miller asked Mr. Golding,
In the budget that was just approved, which is $360 billion, and decide what areas of it will we continue with, what will we maybe defer, what will we scale down, what may we completely discontinue. Because at the end of the day, we won't be voted in to government to continue what the JLP has been doing. We will be voted in to do what we say we want to do. So there will be some adjustments to how that discretionary expenditure is rolled out.
Yeah, man, that man is a liar.
That's where the man said.
Look at what our brother would give you a liar, man. This is the man, a ball, and I say, at the government, talks. He didn't say that.
The story.
I wonder who said that now.
No, you can trust and believe anything will come out of that man them out.
This guy is an habitual liar.
The man have 20 bank account. and the man have account where money go in and he can't get account for. This is the man who said him something there, no? The man is supposed to go off a character to him that put a female character on the line.
But if a man can lie, so you know most damn thief too. Because if you lie a thief,
we really call him no thief still, you understand?
Hold on. But Dayton Campbell say in Granny say every liar is a thief.
Yeah, but
and every thief is a liar.
He's not getting to prove that to it. He's not getting the chance to prove that to it because we're not giving the chance. So we'll keep him as a liar and make it stay that way there.
You find it one and only.
I Dayton Campbell says Adam is so.
No man.
Hold on. Listen to this. The economy says that the Mark Golden income tax threshold of $3.5 million is not feasible. In other words, it is not doable. In other words, it is impossible. In other words, it is exotic. In other words, it is absolutely saturated rubbish. In other words, Mark Golden wants to bankrupt Jamaica. In other words, Mark Golden wants to create FISA Part 2. In other words, Mark Golden literally do not have nothing left in his arsenal, so he might pull out the worst thing that could happen to Jamaica, which is to collapse the financial sector in Jamaica. In other words, this man said power at all costs, and he will strangle the poor innocent Jamaicans just to get it, because regardless if you want to admit it or not, this is fiscally irresponsible. And that's why you see a lot of PNP bloggers, supporters, is shying away from this topic. How can 80% to 85% of the labor force not paying any taxation? Where will that money come from? This money is going to grow the economy organically. But this couldn't be organic. You need steroids to grow the
Yo, the man says zero, you know.
Brother, the man, you know, Mark going a bank pan. Mark going in a bank pan the NIR. It come like a $50 billion.
But guys, we don't miss a fundamental part.
But Squiddy, you see, it comes back round to the same argument I'm making. It's the same argument I'm making, you know.
Yeah.
280% of the people in Jamaica, as it is now, don't pay PAYE. You know why teachers and nurses and all these people were under so much pressure during the 90s? Because they were taxed to death. PAYE was the most certain way of collecting money, and the government would pressure them. So it's just a little enclave of people in Jamaica who was paying. So I'm telling you, when Mark Golding talking about he's gonna give relief to these few people, the larger majority of people will have to make up for that shortfall, and it's gonna be done in taxes. The man is gonna tax the Jamaican people to death.
What I miss one fundamental part, you know, apart from raising the income tax threshold to $3.5 million, he's also going to remove income tax that are placed on overtime up to $6 million.
Up to $6 million, you're correct. You are correct. Brother, I forgot even to mention that one. You are correct. You see, some people have to think this.
Irresponsible, brother.
Very irresponsible. That's what I'm telling you, sir. This thing is not thought out properly. This man is just winging it. And he's just throwing things at the wall and hoping for them to stick. Yeah. When you listen to Julian Robinson today, you know.
Huh?
When you listen to Julian Robinson today, you know, at that press briefing, he wasn't able to explain anything regarding figures. All he was talking about is organic growth in the economy. That's what they were going to depend on.
But bro, we remember, you see them clip here, we play them, you know?
Yeah, man, we should.
Well, them have a press conference today?
No, we another press conference. I remember saying I'm from Parliament, Mark Golding proposed this and favor Huxley.
Yeah, no, what did they have a press conference today? I don't want to try to find it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, man, they had a press briefing today.
Remember say they launch the second manifesto today.
Okay.
But do you remember that? Do you remember when they asked the question?
PAYE income tax threshold valued at 60 billion JMD.
48.8 billion dollars.
I rise on a point of order because the ministers misleading the House. We did not present an implied budget for the coming fiscal year. We presented our proposals, our policy commitments for the next PNP government. And we have never said that they will be implemented in the current fiscal year. After today, the budget would have been passed for the fiscal year. Our proposals represent what we will be doing for the duration of our first term in office. And that is what we were saying.
How about Mark Golding Fund?
So you see, if we win, and the first year, this somebody on top about you know, and chicken people them here.
Yeah, man, Damon Crawford, number 2.
Man, say.
Marky G. Marky G now.
And when you say what I'm out, you know.
Yeah, man.
So
wait, hold on. But he might say, it wasn't him, you know. He might say, that was AI.
I true like how my boy say AI.
Yeah.
That a Kenny I say AI and also like tough done.
Yes, it's what he might say it wasn't him. He didn't say nothing like that.
Boy, they're delusional. Man, I said about win 55 seats.
Oh.
Why? Me don't know. It's rough. It's rough on them. Mark gonna promise everybody everything. Everything what Mark gonna do, and the budget, and the NIR, the man depend on.
No, but remember now, you know. Remember now, at them say Jamaica was in a technical recession, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are in a technical recession, what are we going to be in when you put in all of these things in place?
The government spend.
We're going back to FinSec again.
They spend 1.4 billion by school bus. The bus them in the country. If you can't pick them go to school, and you are gonna scrap the bus system. Number one, you scrap the money spent already, you know, and the pity them will catch a bus and a free. Them a pay $100, right? That money there, when they pit them pay on the bus, it can help to pay back the driver and to maintain the bus, right? Now, this man will take up money, give taxi man to carry Pitney go to school. No taxi man now can afford Pitney go to school. None. One can carry 4. One on the front, 3 on the back. No taxi man now can afford Pitney go to school. So first thing we Pitney now go travel safe.
No.
All 10, 15 Pitney go in a one car. And them all collect the money same way. Some of them now go turn up for the pit them. If all in car broke down and now work, or they now work today, the pit have to find a way woman and still all get paid.
Yes, because that is how our system have always been. Because we know how to grow the system. We always be the system.
Let me give you guys some maths again. Let me give some guys some maths again. Now, if you're using a two-seater vehicle, it will require 5,000 taxis across Jamaica to carry 20,000 Pitney. When you remove 5,000 taxis from serving the general public, chaos. Hey, PNP, hey, man, I'm wing it. Anything will come right now, I them throw at the people.
And we are talking about taxi if you can't pick them. We're not talking about robot. Taxi, red plate, PPV. But this man, brother, and the first iPhone, because I'm missing all the plans still. I'm not going. If a Porsche, they have a little plan. You know, see somebody have none at all, brother. None at all, this man have. Since I just they not put out the manifesto until the general election call. Now the election call and you put out one, then put out one. Put out full one now.
No, I think they put out two.
A 300 put out.
Yeah, and then
No, I have three put out, you know. But when do he put out one? It's direct to the education, because you know the education
is a book by itself.
Is a big thing.
But him can't put out film one until Andrew put out film. Because I want to try and copy out something more tight.
Yeah.
At the time they do. But he said nothing our film now. So he must say double this, do that. Mark once I come like the devil from the pit of hell. I promise man the world. I know of the world. Yeah?
Well, let me go here for inspiration. 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 Unmute your mic, brother. Inspiration. All right. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, I was trying to, it wasn't unmuting. I don't know what's happening. You hearing me now? Hello?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
I was trying to. Okay, good. Yeah. I kept tapping, and it was just wouldn't. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Very interesting account by the opposition leader. You know what's funny? And I've been looking at it all evening. From last night, when the opposition announced on the fly a $3 million. And I'm saying, I remember Andrew Onis in a campaign in 2016, and he mentioned 1.5, and the entire country went into a frenzy. How it's going to happen? The opposition, it won't work, can't work, it's impossible. And we've lived to see that Andrew Onis took a train wreck economy, steer it in such a way that now the PNP get or see it fit to be offering $3 million when a 1.5 couldn't work.
It's not 3 million, it's just 3.5.
We didn't see it before. It's just amazing. It's a credit to the government. Indirectly, you're giving credit to the government. Now, you can hunt from somewhere, and you got a couple. You bet that someone's got it. They're gonna be fees being levied at different programs or whatever. They could be raising up taxes. They could be.
You might not come to. You're crack up.
Number that they have to get this money. You're not hearing me?
Yeah, but you're in and out. You're crack up, right?
Are you there? Are you hearing me better now?
Go ahead now.
Yes. And now it's gonna come from somewhere for them to be so bold and bullish, about it. Now,
one minute. Sweetie,
government.
At Biggie, man really passionate, but he not want to ask some question. Send a request, Biggie. Yeah, man, go ahead.
So the government is saying now, we are at a position that we can do this, but listen to Andrew Onis' policy on his plan. It's a gradual phasing in. He knows if he comes full force with this, it could be problems to the economy. You see? And so, with a phasing in of this thing, he's saying we now can make this work. So it has to be very well thought out, very well planned, very well. It's a meticulous approach. Unlike the PNP, who is just pulling left, right, and center and making big announcements to appease the audience, you can see how careless and reckless they've been. And I'm telling you, if the people who are running around behind them are not paying attention, this $3 million is only for a small amount of people. Yes, what the average Jamaican income is, and who is able to pay this, gonna get benefit from this 3.5. It's a small handful, just a just a handful of people. So I mean, they're running around and they're talking, but they're not paying attention. And I hear the surrogates on other live jumping and jumping and jumping like it's the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm saying, you fools, because you don't understand what's happening here. You ain't gonna be able to benefit from this. It's only a few people, and those who are very, very, very wealthy or can afford to. So I think the Jamaican people need to pay attention, and I think our vote is very, very, very critical in this time. I land there.
The thing about it, though, is that unlike the 2016 election, where when the then opposition JLP never make so much promises. Now the PNP have been making so much promises about doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and now because those things was not sticking. Now the final thing they were throwing now a week before election now is this. But the thing about it, if this was the only thing that they were coming with, perhaps it would have worked. But they have given so much other wild promises before now. Right? If they were smart and dropped this, all I weeks them before what they were telling say they want to do this, they want to do that, they want to do this. If this was a plan of 2 weeks before the election, they would have won the elections. But because they give so much different promises, we can't believe in them again. Too much promise.
And they cannot keep those promises.
I was just on a panel, and some PNP were on the line as well. And I asked them the same question about the 3.5 and the 15% down. And they were, obviously, they didn't know how to answer, they didn't know how to answer. Because they know it's foolishness, Mark Gordon selling them. Because 3.5, really and truly, the people that is getting paid 3.5 can afford to pay tax.
Of course.
But 15%, everybody would benefit. Everybody would benefit.
But you say the 3.5 would have paid 0%.
But that's the thing, and who won't pay that money? That's a lot of money.
And that's, it's voodoo economics. It's voodoo economics. It doesn't make sense.
And that's the thing, people not looking at the economics of the whole thing. And I see he was on a program with Miss Miller, and he was saying that he's not gonna continue with, if he is put in power, he wouldn't be continuing with what the JLP is doing now. And now he has retracted back that. Because
exactly.
I think that story at the Observer say he didn't rubbish everything and saying that he didn't say anything like that.
Yes.
So it's like a fall, a lick a fall, and I don't know what to do.
Biggie, let me ask you something. Are you a decided voter or undecided?
I'm basically a decided voter. But my family is born labor. So that's where my thing is. Because I've never seen PNP government to manage this country economically as yet. I'm yet to see that. Labour is always the one who basically, and to be honest, I'm looking at the PNP party and I'm looking and I'm saying, if they should win, who going to take over certain position? Who going to represent or replace a Dr. Tufton? Who will replace the finance? I don't see anybody in there competent to really operate the country. And you know the funny thing? Crawford said it, Say he hasn't seen anybody in the party to be a president, somebody who can run the party. He has said it before.
Yes. The PNP need according to him, the PNP need Andrew.
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, brethren. But, the PNP people, they run with everything that the leaders say. And they're not stopping to look at the whole thing from their perspective. And I think one of the biggest thing is the distraction. We tell them, say, Andrew, I keep money. So they will jump on that and they head dip on that. And that's just that for them. They now look on where the money do for the country. The country is in a better state than way before.
Yes, know that we are on the path to get the country up to a decent standard. This guy wants to jump to carry back into the 90s again.
That's true. Somebody was talking today and they said to me, the funny thing, Mark Warren wasn't really interested in being the president for the party,
No.
He was bunting.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Because Road had won him, basically never have a seat, so he had to.
No, and that's I fool him fool because when in challenge, Peter Phillips 1 year before an election, that was political suicide.
Yeah, definitely. So
my was that these guys are just in it. They can't even wait because Peter Phillips said that if he lost, he would have resigned. Just keep your ass quiet and wait until when your time comes.
Well, if the rules now him can pack him bag.
Of course, not only him. Peter Bunting, yes, he might go. Mark Golding, I'll go to because he might push him out. Okay. And of course, Dayton Campbell, he might go to. So all three will be no more as far as politics is concerned. They're going to fight them out wicked.
I'm looking at this whole election though, and I'm not worried. Why? Because I know some of them now, them have too much ground to cover, and I know some of them now going to get a seat. Probably like a crop, but now going to get a seat.
But I can't wait till the debate. Many are listen, Andrew, Dr. Phillips, 2020.
Tell me when we can come in, quickly.
Yeah, Omalo. Yeah, hold on there.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Look where you're from, Omalo.
Go ahead.
Yes, Omalo.
Yes, quickly. Good night, each and everyone.
Yeah, man.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Quickly, you see over the years, if you follow the PNP, you understand that the PNP is a party that evolves based on what they hear the Jamaican Labour Party is saying or doing. If you listen to the party coming into when Bruce Golding and the Ardisha was coming in,
Top the screen.
and Ardisha and Bruce Golding tell them that them could get cheaper money. These people laugh at Ardisha
and Bruce Gordon.
Yes.
Down the line, PNP hug up the IMF as the Lord and Savior of everything they were doing. They believe in the IMF. When you listen to the PNP, Ardisha and Bruce Golden say, we're going to give free healthcare, we're going to give free education. Them laugh off of them.
Yeah, them said that couldn't work.
They never work. Andrew Holness come and say 1.5. Them laugh off of them and say it never work. And every time the Jamaica Labour Party put something forward for the benefit of the wider society, the inclusive Jamaicans, them laugh at it and say it never work. Now we catch up on them, Squitty. Them say the Jamaican Labour Party plans have been working and the people of Jamaica are responding to it. So what they're trying to do now, remember this was the party that said they didn't want to put out a manifesto because they didn't want the Jamaica Labour Party to steal their idea. I'm wondering whose idea it is to have a threshold for income for your tax return. I wonder whose plan it is. And it is their biggest announcement they say they make in this election, which is the Jamaica Labour Party plan, which they say they were hiding their manifesto because they didn't want the Jamaica Labour Party to steal their plan.
Oh, the icing on the cake.
So we have to understand that every time these people in the last couple of years see and hear the Jamaica Labour Party put out something, they come saying that we are going to do a little better than you are doing, or we have something better than you are doing. But it's the same thing we are going to do, but we just are going to do it a little better than you are doing. You buy bus that cannot roll over and kill children. Okay, we're going to buy some coaster. There is nothing that the PNP is putting forward that is original. They are copying the Jamaica Labour Party. Then do I want somebody that is a copy of the original to run my country? Why should I give away the original to take up the copy? Am I that fool to understand that these people have nothing new in order to create an inclusive Jamaica? What did the PNP came forward in this election and offer the Jamaican people that is new and inclusive to all Jamaicans, different from what the Jamaica Labour Party have been offering to Jamaica? What it is, tell us one thing. Tell us something that the PNP has offered the people of Jamaica that is new and different from the policies and plans of what the Jamaica Labour Party is already carrying out for Jamaicans. Nothing. Nothing. They think, the PNP think, that to announce giveaway, because when they heard the Jamaican Labour Party make the decisions and the policy decision to say that we are going to give back to Jamaica in an inclusive way, it's just to give back, and find one little group over there and give something, and find a little group over there. It never was about a little group and a little group. It was about inclusiveness of the Jamaican people and where we can give back. So when we give back, those taxes can also help drive the economy to expand business because those people are going to spend those taxes.
But the news clipping that you played earlier, Squitty, and he was talking about.
No, but that, you cannot stop me and go to Squitty. You have to make me done and make me park my car. Like you understand?
All right, go ahead.
They will tell you stop me now and say, all right, we're going to Squitty. You can't done,
Continue. Then when you land with that.
Is there a section in their manifesto where them so them about review the bugler?
Yeah. We soon reach that. Make Omalo finish him, I say. Hold on.
Yo.
All right, Squitty. Let them talk, Squitty, because we can't make them talk.
Nah, man, finish talking, man. Finish where you say, man.
Mash up my train of thought, Squitty. Anyway, we just have to understand what it is that we really prioritize in this country. And if we prioritize a government that is lifting up Jamaica, spending billions in water, which is something that the Jamaican people need, spending billions in road, repair and services, and not just spending it, but it's over a period of time, putting in things that are going to maintain these roads, and putting in policy that people don't just fix road and it mash up in 6 months. They have to come back and fix it without the government paying for these things. We are seeing that every time this government negotiates, it's in the interest of Jamaicans. It's not just in the interest of saying that corporation will benefit, and if they do something and it don't work out, the people of Jamaica will pay them again. Or we are negotiating, and if the people of Jamaica don't benefit from it, so let it be. No, every time this government negotiates, it's always in the interest of how Jamaicans are going to benefit. And these are the things that we Jamaicans have to really look at, saying who have our interests and who is building an inclusive Jamaica. And there is no doubt about it. Yeah, the Jamaican Labour Party is the party to put the X right side of the bell. That's me.
Omalo, what you take on the 3.5? You not talk about that.
The 3.5, because you say, Squitty, if you hear the whole of my argument, is that I'm saying you are throwing out things out there without even understanding if they are going to work. When you hear the Jamaica Labour Party put something out there, it is that they know it is going to work. It is going to benefit and the inclusiveness of Jamaicans and not just a small group of Jamaicans. The 3.5 Squitty is just to throw anything out there. We are open, Squitty, to win. So we will do whatever it takes to throw anything out there. And if it connect and make us win, that is what we are into. If we have to lie, Squitty, to win, we will lie. Anything it takes us to do, we will do it. Yeah? That is where the People's National Party is at. They will do anything, say anything, just to gain power. Yeah? That is basically what that is their campaign. That is what they are built up on right at this moment. They have nothing credible to come to the Jamaican people and say to the Jamaican people, these are the plans to move Jamaica forward. They are just saying, we will put anything out there, and if we get a group of people vote for us, so let it be. If this is going to take us to victory. That's basically what it is.
But remember when you did say, hold on the biggie, hold on. Remember when them question about the 3 million, when him talk about the 3 million, him said that only benefit a small amount of people.
Exactly.
And like it wouldn't make sense. So how it reach a 3.5 now?
Because it's an election
not only that. Not only that, no.
Because it's election time, Squitty. And Squitty, we are throwing everything against the wall to see if it sticks. The Jamaican people have to know that it is their judgment and thinking to think, is the People's National Party serious about the policies that they are pushing forward, or they are just trying to win an election? The Jamaican people have to make that decision.
Not them planning a serious if we move the country.
But that 3.5
people, the Jamaican people must decide, and the Jamaican people can't pay a fool and hope. It's not hope that is going to take them somewhere. It is real action that can be executable, that can give them the result that they need. So if the Jamaican people want to hope that these things that Mark Golden is throwing out there are going to work, well, me never sorry for them. Me really ever sorry for them.
Jamaican people make up their mind already, Yeah,
man, we done win already, man. We not question the wins.
I know, so well, they might continue in the same thing we are going, because when man them propose not going to work, it's not going to make sense.
Split to the people them see say a promise is a comfort to a fool. We understand Jamaica. We understand what Mark Golding is doing, Spitty. Yeah? Mark Golding just don't understand Jamaica. Say Jamaican people are no fool. And that he don't understand that. But if he respect the judgment and the intellect of Jamaicans, he wouldn't be doing the things that he is doing. What he would have done is that come with good policies and put forth good plans that it may make the Jamaica Labour Party think about what he's doing. You know, the Jamaica Labour Party is not responding to nothing that the PNP have done. The PNP is responding to everything what the Jamaica Labour Party is doing.
Right now, the way Jamaica move, I think if we stay on track, see right how it have right now, forward ever same way, no reverse.
No, it's over Spitty. I don't too much rather win, man.
No reverse.
Look here, Mark Golding, when he became the president of the PNP, he promised to set up a $10 million account for workers them. I want to ask any of those workers, have they get anything from that $10 million? When he say more set up, when he become the president of the PNP? Because Natalie bring something like that a few months ago, that he was planning to. He said when he win that 2020, he must set up a fund where the workers them a $10 million fund. Up until this day, that fund don't set up yet. So if Marky G, if he can take care of everyone people in a party, how on earth is he going to take care of a country?
Big question that.
Yeah. Can't up until this day the man don't put in the $10 million when we say more set up for workers then. Up until this day he not do it, and he promised him all do it in 2020 when he become the president. Up until now he not do it yet.
But
Skitty, I wanted to ask Omalu this because I was listening to him and listening to his reasoning. And I wanted to ask Omalu.
Hold on, 1 second, Dexter. Skitty, take that waste girl out of your chat now. Palm art.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Dexter.
Yeah. So, Omalu, I agree with you that, the PNP is taking this condescending approach to how it deals with the people's business. And I think the way the way they are coming up with these proposals, it's almost like an insult. But don't you think that after 4 years, they should have perhaps like a roadmap to how they're gonna be doing the people's business if they were to come into government? Like, shouldn't there be like some very tangible, bankable proposals? I mean, the Mark Golding has been all over the island, has been campaigning for 4 years. Don't you think that they should have some bankable proposals on the table right now that that we should be seriously considering? And why do you think they don't have that?
Yeah, you have to understand though that in those 4 years, there was a lot of fighting taking place in the party. So in never had no time to fix that. He was busy trying to say, according to him, you unite the party. So he never have any time to really think about those things.
Yeah, but even by now, you should be able to come up with some new plans.
Up until now, he still have fight.
Yeah, because we see that all the plans that he has, the party come up with is either that they are walking them back, is either they are half baked, they're not properly thought out. For example, this 3.5, there are no figures put to it. We're hearing that it's gonna be, it's predicated on some so-called organic growth that is to take place in the economy. So I'm thinking that, I'm agreeing that it's almost like an insult that you as a serious political party, hasn't come up with any deep thoughts about how you are going to govern if you were to be elected into office. There's no roadmap coming from the PNP, and it's almost like it's really an insult to the Jamaican people and to the electorate. Because even as a Labour Party supporter, there should be something coming from them for me that would give me pause to say, this might not be a bad idea. This is something that we can consider, but we have not heard anything from them that we can say, we can put under serious consideration. And I'm wondering, you have 4 years as a leader of a party, and 4 years you have been going around the country campaigning. And I would think that you'd use that time while in opposition to come up with bankable proposals about how you're going to move this country forward. I find it very insulting in my opinion.
I thought about investigate Andrew.
Yes, and that's the thing. I think,
to sell, man, distract the people.
Yes, and that's true. I think what it is that the PNP was depending on, they were largely depending on the IC finding the Prime Minister guilty of something.
Absolutely.
And it backfire upon them.
Yes, and they were hoping to get.
You see how them are going to run the country if them take over, Them did they try to find out something to say in Andrew.
Yes, they were hoping to get into office via some scandal on the Prime Minister, but that hasn't materialized, and it is now showing up how intellectually sloppy and lazy they are. Because I have been saying this in a squitty, that when I go on these lives with these PNP people, I keep telling them that the long and short of everything is that the PNP is just not ready.
Exactly.
They're just not ready.
All them you call it, time come. Call it and time come.
Say what you may about them. Squitty, they are just not ready to take office in this country. I mean, when you look at the people, just take a cursory look, Squitty, and panel at the people who are going to form the PNP cabinet, and you juxtapose those people against those that we have now in the JLP, and tell me if they can stand up credibly against them. A Damien Crawford against a Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, or a Dr. Dawes against a Chris Tufton, or a Dayton Campbell against a Floyd Green, or a Julian Robinson.
Comparison next time.
It's no comparison.
There's no comparison there.
Yes.
Not a single bit.
Not a single bit, Chip. And you know what? The people will have to break it down to that granular level and say, listen, these people are frankly not ready. They're not ready to lead this country. And maybe the PNP should be kept in opposition and allowed to stay out there and fix themselves, attract some new talent to the party, and hopefully the next 10 to 20 years they can come back.
They need another 10 years for rebuild.
You have to understand, you have to understand, guys, you see, one thing, you see, and this is a very important thing that we must understand. You have to understand that the road that Andrew is taking the country and right now, the PNP, according to Mr. Steve McGregor, if the JLP win now, the PNP dead. Because you have to understand that on this road where the government is carrying the country now, it is, even if Lisa Hanna come back within next year, within the next term, she not going to be able to take it. Because the country is going to be in such a great condition.
Mark, I want to make one point. And then I land here. When you look at the JLP, Squiddy, they released 3 documents on Sunday, right?
Yes.
And they dedicated one of those documents to an overhaul in education. This is the JLP now. The JLP is looking way down the road about how they are going to reform education in this country. And I don't know if you went through that document and saw the outreach that the JLP is making to especially single mothers in this country. So if you're a single mother you can get training, and not only are they gonna provide training for you, but they're gonna have a system set up where they have daycare centers where you can leave your children. So the single mother in this country will have no excuse whatsoever to say, boy, I couldn't access training because I didn't have anywhere to leave my child. They are providing they're going to develop what they call brain centers across the country. That while the mother is getting trained, they're also developing the child, because the child are going to go not just to daycare centers just to play. Daycare centers where they'll have the brain development and preparation for kindergarten, primary and secondary education. This is phenomenal. That's a part. This is a government that thinks, and we're not getting that out of the opposition. And that's why I say that the opposition is just not ready. They're not ready, and the people should understand that and keep the PNP out there for the next 10 to 20 years.
Exactly. So next time, you see why he said that?
Squitty. George Davis did a segment of what is on my mind this morning. It was extremely powerful.
You have it, can play?
No, I don't have it with me now. I want for me have a reference. Powerful, believe me.
From one uncle.
Yeah, man, go on.
Bless up, brothers and sisters, everybody on the platform. Bless up on yourself. Yeah, man. Everything where I said Dexter, you hit the nail on the head, brother. And Squitty, we never know, so you're wicked. You want to get it? PNP another 10, 20 years in opposition. All of them look up in the way I said, shower, you think I will happen next 10, 15 years from now? when they start both.
Yeah, man.
Problem.
Right now, to me see, fellas, only Andrew can hurt Andrew. That's how me I read it right now. Only Andrew can hurt Andrew. As long as Andrew playing card right, do him job, do what he's supposed to do, he might go be in power for a very long time. Only him can hurt himself. The people of Jamaica is with him, because it's mostly diated, like real diated PNP where I go against Andrew. Most well-thinking Jamaican right now, them see where the country are going. I mean, for me, the biggest thing for me is crime, because me will live overseas here. One of my biggest dreams, I have a home in Jamaica, and one of my biggest dreams is to retire and go home and live in peace.
Exactly.
I have a lot of my fellow truck driver them over here. Them make it in a life, and them have them house in Jamaica, and they're afraid to go home. Because them say, boy, I don't want to come over here, come spend 20, 30 years in the cold, and then go down and, in next 2, 3 years, me gone, me pass away. Over some foolishness. Because people not really walk with money again like that. So you just take out a man's life like that, So my biggest thing is the crime and the economy. So if them two things they work, I like how the Prime Minister take them 2 things. They actually 3. You really not hear about crime in the debate. You not hear about the economy, and you very little bit hear about the health system. I like how Andrew penetrate on them 3 there in the last 9 years plus to take it out of the campaign. Because remember past Jamaica campaign, crime was like a big hitter for both parties. That was like one of the go-to campaign fund. I like the fact that Andrew take that out of the landscape, so they don't have no crime for campaign fund. They're quiet over there. I pay a penny while they are going over there when it comes to crime. You understand? So I like that, because my goal is to go back to my beautiful country and enjoy the rest of my life as, So
definitely.
Yeah, me not say Andrew, me not say nobody can stop him. I think only him can stop himself. As long as he know what he wants to do, he's good to go.
Well, the third term is critical. When he get the third term, then
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna set the place. Look, brother. You see, it's when he win and it's not about it. It's when he win a third term. Me know some of my brothers them can account the seat. Me not really penetrate for how much seat them are gonna win. That win is a win. All if you win by 1 seat, that win is a win. But this when he win a third term, my brother. Yo, I'm not saying nothing yet. This man named Andrew Holness, he might come back with revenge in a revenge and in a heart and a eye. He might go work 10 times harder just to prove a point. I think what PNP do is gas a light under the Prime Minister. Because anyhow he return, brother, PNP now gonna see the daylight at Jamaica again. Because this man are gonna put in some crazy work just to prove a point. He might go discipline them when it comes to work, brothers. Watch and see what gonna happen.
I believe
Watch and see what gonna happen, brother. You know, so me have a vision some years ago in a squitty. And the vision I have some years ago, me see the next 30 years from now, you know, so me see Jamaica control most of the small island them around the place and Jamaica become the city. So it's like that, like how America would have control like Hawaii and Alaska and them places there and bring them in an umbrella. You know, me have a dream some years ago, like 30 years from now, it's like Mr. Jamaica powerhouse in the Caribbean that they can also buy out some of the Caribbean them and run them under Jamaica umbrella. And this Prime Minister make me see me dream like daily I come around while go tunnel with look like. Anyhow the money I get it right, Jamaica people, you know, I got nice. Anyhow this man get it right, and I believe when yeah. And I tell you, say, them, and you see how the PNP, them brother, them see too, them don't want to get back in the office, brother. Them see this man.
But if you are in the opposition, you don't want you don't want them to walk the board.
Exactly, bro. But this brother I gonna put in some work, brother.
Can I put in
some crazy work?
Yes, you gotta talk Emerald. Hold on, make him land first.
Yeah, man, brothers, man. But upon the work, I split you, but me always tune in same way, see me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Bless up on yourself. May I go and listen.
All right, respect. Come in now, Emerald.
Good night, gentlemen. Yeah, man. Good night. I'm a business owner from Westmoreland, and I have some interesting point of views. I've been listening with it. I'm not a content creator, so I really don't do live.
Come, Emerald, you mute yourself, man. Touch your picture and touch your mic icon, brother.
Oh, like you get a call.
All right, see me. No, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
All right. So I have a few points I'd like to make. One.
Yeah, man.
Most of us seem to forget that the country, and I'm speaking clearly from history, not from emotion, from history. Most of us seem to clearly forget that we have one administration that has crashed the economy 2 times. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah, man.
All right. But yet it's not a talking point from any of the bloggers. 2, we have had...
Yeah, man, we talk about it. Yeah, people where you know film stuff come share them stories, you know.
Yeah, I know. I listen, but it's not out there for the wider public to grasp, because you know how the media houses cover things. It's always skewed. Now, the second point I would like to bring up and I would like to make is that this administration has by and large created the environment for everybody to invest in. This administration has shown the entire world that yes, it is possible to come back from nothing. Remember in the 90s, we were the poster people. We were the poster people for what not to do as an economy. Who remember that? Who remembers every international outlet in the 90s and early 2000s saying, do not be like Jamaica. Do not make the mistakes that Jamaica made. And now, we have a prime minister that Bloomberg, CNN, Fox,
BBC, Al Jazeera is saying this man has created such an economy that you should follow him. Why would we change that?
That if the IMF take away the Minister of Finance or him good.
Exactly. So the way how things are now, if we follow the current trajectory, our debt was slashed in half in 10 years. In the next 10 years, we will own nobody, which means we will be a first world country.
That's true, man.
So I am saying,
remember COVID take out 2.5 years.
I understand that. But
No, he's saying in the next 10 years from now.
Yes, the next 10 years from now, we will be a first world country.
I believe that.
Under good management, yes.
Right. No, what I want to say to my fellow Jamaicans, even the people who vote for the other side, because I have a lot of friends who vote for the other side, and I have a lot of them that I say this to them. The PNP has crashed our economy twice, and they cannot blame it on the JLP, because the first crash was in 76, well after Shira come out of power. The second crash was in 99, well after Siaga come out of power. So they cannot say that the JLP crashed the economy or helped to crash it. Them crash it. Omar Davis was famously quoted as saying they knew it was going to crash, but they had an election to win.
Yeah, they had to run with it.
Yes, they had to run with it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, why would we put people like that back in power? Especially, why would we put Mr. Golden back in power when he was a part of the FinSac debacle?
Yes. Absolutely.
Why? I speak to people on a daily basis and I keep asking them, what is it that would make you vote for somebody who has been put in control twice and twice crashed the car? Would you drive with a taxi driver or a chauffeur who crashed the car 2 times with you?
Sir,
would I take a car from him and put him in the back seat?
The third time I did, you know.
But I would have taken him from him and put him in the back seat or in a trunk.
Well, I don't want in that car at all.
Then can steer in the back.
The wickedest part of it, you know, when them crash the Jeep or the
salt,
car with me, you know, the whole of them have a fly out, you know. You know that? All of them have a fly go fine when them crash it. Them not have a stay under the pressure.
I wrote a song recently that reminded Jamaica of what happened in the 90s. And in the song, in the second verse of the song, I put a line that says, when we are left in debt, then Mr. Golden will go back to England. That is what always happens. Once them leave the country in debt and the Jamaica Labour Party take the country and start steering it, all of the leaders disappear.
Yeah, sure.
Every single one disappears. I remember a former leader said that she was working. I hear somebody said to me the other day that the JLP brought the Chinese back to Jamaica. I said no. An MOU of understanding was signed by Mrs. Simpson Miller. And when Dashan Hendricks asked her why she got to China, she said she was working. Nobody seems to remember that.
No explain.
Thank you very much. I remember in the 90s, even though I was in high school then, I had to write an essay on how Jamaica's bauxite was sold for 50 years to Russia. I had to write that. I had to write on the cap agreement. And when I spoke to people about it, when I speak to people today about it, them say no, sir, no, go, so them don't remember that. So is it that we have a memory problem as a nation? Is it because when I speak to older folks, they say, oh, the 70s were the best. The 70s we could hardly feed ourselves for a week in the 70s.
Remember, Goody Tire packed up and left us.
Yes.
Remember that in the 70s that everybody praised and say, oh, the 70s were good. The 70s were this and that. The 70s is when our economy crashed.
Yeah.
It is when we ran to the IMF before the 70s. Nobody never wants US dollar in Jamaica.
The 70s is when Manley come with only good speech. And win over the people. There's nothing he come with. Just only speech. The speaker, he could speak, you know.
Yes, and he was very
He was a good speaker. And he tried to win over the people with that. Nothing more.
Well, wonderful speaker.
Yeah, man. Wonderful speaker.
I have one more bombshell to drop on my orange friends. They must remember that in 100 years, when we are all dead and gone, the only thing the future generation will see are the numbers. Who grew the economy? Who crashed it? Who made it and who broke it? Edward Seaga took 1 year after Gilbert to restore the country. 1 full year. 1 full year after Gilbert. And this country was back up and running. It took E.J. Patterson 4 years after Ivan Brushwick. Am I lying? Wanna help me out?
No, man.
Exactly. So why would you trust people like that to run your country, much less your business? That is the question I have for my fellow Jamaicans. This is information. The information I am giving out is not biased. It is not something that is made up. It is not something when I sit down like some of the Orange Gang, sit down and then tile it and have some great ideas about how to talk about the other party with no proof. We call that tiled reasoning. There are proof that you can go and look up. Everybody I use ChatGPT. ChatGPT can be skewed. Go look up the political history of your country.
Yeah.
Remember the People's National Party imprisoned their political rivals in 1975. They could not contest the election because 3/4 of the MP candidates and caretakers were in jail. Them lock up Babsy for 7 months.
Colonel for 1 year.
Exactly. So these are the people who you want to run your country.
Well, let me just make an appeal and then I'll come up. Because in the 80s, as you know, just as we were about to take off in a significant way, the PNP, the people, the PNP, the people, the PNP fool the people, and the people decided to go with the PNP in the 90s, and that was a great mistake that the people made, in the 90s when Seaga was voted out after doing such a tremendous job. Now, my people of Jamaica, here we have another opportunity with Andrew Michael Holmes, who have gotten 2 terms. The first term, was not the best because they were under the IMF arrangements. But after the second term, we have seen a significant shift in the right direction. And now that we are heading in that direction, people of Jamaica, well-thinking, independent thinkers, would have seen a lot of great things happen. The crime rate falling by 43%. No new taxes in 10 years. Right? We have seen the unemployment rate fall. We have seen the poverty rate fall. We have seen we have seen so many good things. Everything is not perfect. Everything, there are much more work needs to be done. But when you have factors in COVID that take out 2.5 years out of these 5 years, and when you consider the hurricane last year, that was significant because it have done a lot of damage, and we have recovered. We have recovered under the good management of the Andrew Holness led administration. I am saying to all of my well-thinking Jamaicans, even the patriotic comrades we have sent, this is the time that you must put your pride aside and do the things that you want your country to look like in the next 5-10 years. This is what your children will be proud of when you see that they can in a few years time can really enjoy their childhood, because many of us have not been enjoying our childhood because of the crime rate. Right now we are seeing a significant decline in the crime rate, and we're hoping that it will go under 700 before the year finish. Under 700, we don't want it to go over the 700 mark, and it is not going to happen if Andrew Michael Wallace do not return to the crease. So under PNP, I can guarantee you that it is going to go back up to 1,000 if we make the mistake and putting back and PNP, right? Because PNP have never done anything about crime. When the issue arises where the Firearms Act under PNP administration, boy, we have gun, illegal gun. PNP give them 1 year and 3 years behind bars. Under this administration, criminal element are do 15 years and 20 years for illegal guns. So so when the guns and the criminals are taken off the street, the crime rate must fall. And this is the government that have been doing that. So we are appealing to our well-thinking, independent, decent Jamaicans. This is the time that high crime rate. The Prime Minister realized that, and he put in the necessary resources in the police force to get the police them properly equipped to get the necessary things that they need to get the crime rate under control. The police force have moved from about 8,000 under PNP to almost 14,000 members now. So we have a lot more people. We have, when a person it is any incident, you can make a phone call now and police are reached to your door at a quicker pace. So we have seen where this government have done a lot, and in the next 6 to 7 or 8 days time, our people, please go out on election day, vote early, vote by 1 p.m. Yes, by 1 p.m. all the ballots should be in for the Jamaica Labour Party for the third decisive term. And I am appealing to my people in northeastern Manchester. Northeastern Manchester. Give her your support. We have seen where this lady have come into Northeast Manchester, and she have made we have seen some great improvements since this lady come here. So I am encouraging all of my fellow citizens in Northeast Manchester, please to support Sister R.J. Marks. Support her and give her her first term and Andrew Holness third term. And that is what I will end with this evening. So gentlemen, bless up.
Yeah man, bless up. I could play a judge thing before you go. Well on then.
Alright. Yeah.
Weekend was fantastic. The the weekend was fantastic. If you are showering, or if you are blown on fire, the weekend had you feeling even more buoyant about what will happen for your party on September 3. You would have gotten a lot to take energy from. And it was the weekend of promises. What a weekend of promises. Rural Jamaica. Hearing things that town never hear. And there were some things said last night that not even the Parliament heard what the Parliament expected to be told. But that's for another time. The income tax threshold argument is going to dominate the space for the rest of the week. There you go again, Todd. I gave you space. Yeah? And, well, the income tax threshold and the income tax rate are going to dominate the conversations. And as I look at the announcement by the PNP president and the 3.5, I recall an incident that happened around his announcement. 3 million. He's teasing on 3 million before the budget debate. And the story we carried based on some conversations we had, and then some behind the scenes moves to kind of control damage. And we helped to control the damage. Those conversations remain private. We'll never publish them, but just to say that, it's interesting now that 3.5 has come. The PNP standing under a 3.5 banner as they look to entice those who weren't sure before if the Conroys were worth a chance come September 3. They're giving those people something to work with. I come this morning to talk not about the debate from Saturday, which was well contested, I believe. And there have been many on how the speakers fared, how the overall event went. I have an assignment tomorrow night, very important assignment with the second debate. So I'll tell you what I'm thinking with debates. But the Saturday one, leadership contest, Golding and Wholeness. Yeah? But this morning I've come to talk about this JLP manifesto. I must confess, from as far back as there were sections of them printed in the newspapers, I've been a manifesto. I would have a few boxes with cutouts from manifesto, the pullouts, supplements. Over time, paying keen attention to what the parties are saying that they want to do if they get office. I said in this space that the PNP manifesto was a good document, and it was, I found it funny that the PNP, every chance they get, they needle the labor rights about the one word that was spelled incorrectly one time. And PNP has several spelling errors. But as I said then, and I'm saying now, I'm not holding anybody's feet to the fire for that. But notwithstanding the spelling errors, it was a good document, I believe. This GLP manifesto is, in my view, the most and well put together document of this kind I have ever seen in this country. And I have looked at manifestos from small parties and established parties outside of Jamaica. It will take the very, very best ones to rival this, and this would be ahead because this is 2025. This is modern. It is thoughtful.
Tap the screen, people. Tap up the screen. Tap up the screen.
It is deliberate. Even though things are deliberate anymore, they swap it for intentional as a new buzzword.
People just listen. Tap up the screen, man.
It is a work of contemplation And I think when you go through the pages, and if you just limit yourself to the 100 highlights, if you just go through that document, then you see something that represents a national project. And the reason I'm saying and giving it the highest accolades, this JLP manifesto, is because I strongly believe that whichever party forms a government in any democratic, forward-thinking country, if it tells me that it is looking to pursue these policies, to implement these things, then that is a government that is on the right track. So if there was a supra-authoritarian body that was a little bit higher than the parliament, and it was to mandate that based on the policies put forward going into a general election, then the best manifesto or best selection of ideas would form a document that the party in power would have to implement. And if this were chosen, I think we'd all be fine, because this represents bits and pieces here, and then the substance of what this country needs at 63 years old. I'm going to raise, just to zero in on a few of the things. And before I go further, whatever we say here stirs up ill feeling. People stop thinking to listen to what we're saying. This is a product of Jamaicans, of us. So it's not like another party, another administration isn't capable of coming up with what the labor rights have delivered in this document, in these 3 documents. But we have to credit them because they have, alright? Watch this now. Among the 100 highlights, number 19 for me is significant, and I'm telling you why. Number 19 is something that you don't usually...
This toy is the most fun I've ever seen. Since we bought it for our family.
Hold on, people. Yeah. Where is it? Oh, wow. About it.
I've been a manifesto reader, right?
Come on.
So if there was a supra-authoritarian body that was a little bit higher than the particans of us, so it's not like another party, another administration isn't capable of coming up with what the labor rights have delivered in this document, in these 3 documents. But we have to credit them because they have, alright? Watch this now. Among the 100 highlights, number 19 for me is significant, and I'm telling you why. Number 19 is something that you don't usually...
It's cut off right there, sir. You want to hear
I
it?
probably sir.
It's done.
Oh, no, man. It done this, sir. You have to get... You have to go over... You have to go over YouTube and find the piece of it over there. Because over TikTok, I guess... yes. Over TikTok, I just like a piece there. You have to go over YouTube and find the full piece.
Yeah, YouTube this.
Fantastic. The week was fantastic. If you
I
are
YouTube that, but you just stop right there.
or if you're a blood and fire.
Alright. Can you bring it down again? Bring it down again and bring it back down to a part and say I see it, please.
Higher than the parliament.
We can't to the end, but look at it. You don't know why it stopped right there.
Watch this now. Among the 100 highlights, number 9.
I see him, please cut off this again.
Yeah.
Was
This is that cut off.
the original.
I mean, why hear him now?
Yeah, man, it was so interesting, I tell you.
Yeah.
Is significant, and I'm telling you why. Number 19 is something that you don't
You know, sir, I never have, I never phone. I'm gonna find that, I make it.
Yeah.
Because I heard everything.
Oh, that's good thing. George Davis. George Davis.
This morning. It was on my mind this morning. Yeah.
Which program did I talk about?
Nationwide, of course.
The Nationwide, man.
Yeah.
Josh Davis, alright.
Yeah, man. So meantime, we're gonna find it. You know, yeah, man. Maybe I tell you, say, the man realized that, you know, because George Davis is a very fair, honest journalist. He
Yes,
just
man.
tell the truth or he see it, and you know, really business. And this is the reason why the PNP them are fight against Nationwide so much, because Nationwide just talk the truth as how they see it. It's not that them biased, but them just honest. And the PNP them do not like honesty. They want people to be as dishonest as they are. Because when you look at Mark Golding, dishonest. When you look at Dayton Campbell, him say me there. When you look at Peter Bunting, him there too. So these are they are dishonest men in the PNP. So you find out Adam put up the most fight now with Nationwide. Because with Nationwide, them don't even many years now they are not placed an political advertisement on Nationwide. Years now.
They want to get to the Nationwide.
But party, under the PNP,
They want to get to the
under the PNP, I fight Nationwide. At the budget debate, people them and them I fight them.
No man, PNP against them.
Hold on. Then who can tell me say? No one. Who can tell me say me can't come and spit it life? Unless spit it tell me say me can't come on it. That means at the PNP own the debate association then.
Yes, because one of them who was sitting on the board.
Yeah,
one
but
of
the
them
problem is
look here.
Colin
Campbell. One of them was sitting on the board.
But what if the PNP, what if the budget debate association say no, that can't work, and the PNP say them not debate. Them say the debate can't keep.
Yeah, because they said that in Nationwide people they're going to boycott their debates.
Then what is a boycott mean? You not turn up, you know. But the debate have to go on.
So that's why the Labour come out and say them now and Dan Jackson there either.
No man, me that one she them should make sure them all of them.
Yeah man, all of it. No, I never hear I never hear that part still.
Them are there, George, look at them.
Hold on, listen.
All right.
In this country,
carry it up somewhere.
Debate a discussion around the farmers' pensions.
Yes.
Heard it, I've never seen it. I invite you in the chat if you've heard it debated elsewhere already, or those of you who have my number, you WhatsApp me and tell me. When have we ever discussed a farmer's pension scheme? Things like these cause me to appreciate the quality in this manifesto document. So that's number 19 in the 100 on the list. A farmer's pension scheme. The Labourites say they will create the first ever such one. I go forward to 42. And again, it's something that people say on the sidelines, but you've never seen this in front and center in the national discussion. And here it is. 42 says, National Roof Repair and Room Completion Assistance Program. You know how much people can't do up their house? You know how many people roof leaking because I can only do it partially. They put on one room and the other than like a kitchen, but I can't put on the bathroom, so I still have something detached from the house of me and I want to do a business in. This thing now is front and center in a manifesto, a national roof repair and room completion assistance program. I'm leaving out the usual things that we talk about to death. I'm talking about two things so far I've mentioned from this manifesto that you really, I've never heard of a farmer's pension scheme and I've never seen a national room completion assistance program articulated before. I go to 44. And this one we've heard talk of, but now it looks as if we're moving there. They say a new one road authority. So there's one authority that will tell you what specifications, what standards you should fix a road, regardless of which part of the road fix. Whether it's a scheme road, a main road, what the municipality run the road, an NWA road. You always hear these things when the roads are to be repaired. And the argument about whose responsibility it is bleeds into how the road repair is done, especially in our specific circumstances as an island. One road authority, the labor rights. Go forward to 61 of the 100. And I told you that I went to university for 4 years. The first 2, I had to do so with the students. The last 2, thank God. Because if the 2 years I did, it hold me down. So I don't know what the 4 years of debt would have done. It's a student loan to cover new housing, laptop, meals, and books again. And both parties have good things for persons who are taking students loan. I put that on the table. This is nice. So it's not just about the tuition, but you've helped me to pay the tuition, or you've paid the tuition for me. Well, it's me. It's my. I borrowed the money from you. It's my money because I have to pay it back. You lend me the money to go, but so many people struggle having gone there September morning or late August. And you struggle to stay there because the state said, well, I gave you a loan to go. I mean, you're on your own. You can't afford nothing. I mean, you get the tuition, so what are you going to do? This makes things far more comfortable. The student loan, the SMB helping with tuition and other things. And then I come to 74. Income tax relief for senior citizens. It says, we will exempt from income tax all earnings from employment and pension income for persons aged 65 and above, provided that your annual income from all sources does not exceed $6 million. I think this is very, very good for seniors. Look, I'm many years, and I know how pension things in this country. Many people spend money, raise children leave. Don't look back, they struggle, hand to mouth, real tough after you reach pensionable age and you stop working. This is not to provide a significant form of relief for pensions. So I'm saying, when you go through the 100, there are prioritized big ticket items that are spoken about. You're coming out of the policy forums. And then there are things that the real people speak about in the streets. The real students struggling to stay in university. Man tell me saying hungry to them a shake in their class at daytime. No food in their body. As a student loan recipient. A baby mother with children. Oh, and the labor rights also say, if you've had a child since 2022, and you enroll in a heart program, you get a grant to help you to care for that child or children in some cases.
Point number 80.
Point number 80. These represent the results of people who are listening. That's what you want from your politicians, listening. So what I'll say is this. By virtue of the way this document was prepared and the pull-out, so education of a manifesto for itself, 100 bite size, and they go into the heavier document which talks about the past, what has been done, the plinth that has been set for the structure to be built atop it. The labor rights have set a new standard for themselves. They can't go back now to the full manifesto, no hurry-come-up kind of presentation, thoughtless, just blah 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 blah. You know how Jamaicans are, especially the academics. If something of voluminous, they don't think it's substantial. This has volume. It has substance. And we're Jamaicans, so we do nothing without style and flair. The presentation had style and flair on Sunday evening. And it represents a good, very good collection of ideas. Better than good. Very, very good collection of ideas for where Holness and his team say they want to take the country. And for those of you who haven't read it, I commend it to you. And if you don't have as much time, they've taken out 100 things for you to see 100 of what they say they will do the next term in office if they win that on September 3rd.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it show you what the government is up to. So the choice is clear that this government is the government that is thinking at the end time and I put them things in place. So the choice is very clear to all of the undecided who are still undecided. So if you are undecided, by hearing what the government is planning, to make your life better, the choice on September 3rd is clear. Go out early and put your X squarely beside the bell and vote for the JLP. Mr. Squitty, you can take me down. This is
All right. Respect the contribution. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This part when talk about the roof thing there. That's something new that. Never hear that. And the farmers thing as well, say. The roof thing is a good thing. Enough people can put on their roof, it reach halfway. You never hear that?
Huh?
You hear the part about the roof?
Enough people put on one room and them buy a studio. Like some of the studios, some of Cedar Valley of Portmore, Burger Park. Them buy a one room. You know, they come in a one box, like a studio. And now put on one room. In turn the one room there in a bedroom and the studio now become the living room and kitchen. You know? The reason why I remember saying put up the black them not that expensive, you know. And the cast the roof are the problem at the expensive part, you know.
Yeah.
To pipe it out and put in the pipe electrical thing them and the steel and they have up here one.
Help them with the part.
Right, but you qualify for it. Just a go, you understand?
Yeah.
So the government don't really help. The government got assist them.
Yeah.
They must have part. Yeah, assist. Yeah. So you can help when you say government more and build a house but me can't afford the roof. Give me the roof money now, but you have to have the structure already. So you come look on it and him not think him out give you the money. I think him out give you the material. Because him that unwise to give them the money, you know.
The money.
And then that the roof there, do you understand? So I give them an invite and give a voucher to go pick up some material.
Yeah.
Hold on, but gentlemen, looking at the other part, you have some people where them will get the material, them will sell them to,
Not true.
So I think
no man.
I think the qualifying.
No, but me feel say the government better. Him like how him get people build the house where I give away. Him like get people come in and slap the roof for them. Premix or any one of them and them get a contract for wire it up, pipe it up and slab it. But your house have to be me think say the government just can't put on big roof and some big house. Your house have to be as a cubic feet first.
What I also think is that one of the qualifying factors is that you can either show ownership, and I know that's a sore point for a lot of people, but it makes no sense to put up a concrete structure and the government deck it and a somebody else's land.
Yeah, but the same way them build house them, you have to show them proof of land ownership, you know.
Yeah, that's the social housing program.
Yes, I think that's the same way they are operated.
Alright.
I think that's the same way. You can't just really go.
What number did he say that was? Number 80?
80, yeah.
Alright, so I have the document up in front of me right now. And I am at, so it's highlight number.
But Emerald, just like how we as a taxpayer to want to know how much this all cost me. We don't want everybody takes a September Christmas Day, say September early. We want to know how much them program here I go cost because
I know.
our money, you know.
Yeah,
I know.
Nobody is child here. When them a show up, some of them have to go think about it and pencil it
Don't
out.
think about it and but we know. Yeah, but we know how much it will cost we.
Them
You understand? Because you have some. Yeah, man, we have to know. Just like how we are asked the next man to tell you, oh, him go fund that. We want to know, oh, we are going to fund this. Because we are doing it, you know. Our money are doing it, you know.
Yeah.
So we don't want to sit down and us reason from one side. So, oh, why didn't I ask out of fund? We want to know out of fund.
Alright, so I'm looking at the document. I am not seeing that yet, you know. I am not.
18 or 80?
I checked 80. 80 is with the child care thing. So let me check 80.
Check 18. Time said 19 was my favorite one.
18. 18 is tourism for all our calendar. We make
18, you know, I think that's about 81 or one of them numbers there.
Alright, let me go at 80. I have the document open if you guys want. I can share it if there's a group.
Yeah, but you can't read somebody to like how you have it there.
81. 81. Sensitivity, dignified support to fight period poverty, expand sensitivity and dignified access, free hygiene items to be managed in schools, including by packages for students and staff.
Check your contents, now.
Check the contents.
Yeah, run through the contents and see.
There is no table of contents, sir. It just goes into it. 1. Efficient oversight committee to cut red tape.
Did you see the farmers thing?
Which one did he say was the farmers thing? 18?
No, him start after 19. That thing is beyond. That's them talk about 61.
19 is the creation of the first ever farmers pension scheme.
Yes.
The Jamaica Labour Party has a strong history of strengthening social protection for all our citizens. Our farmers and fishers will not be left behind. We will establish a dedicated pension scheme for farmers and fishers with seed funding of up to $1 billion, ensuring that when they retire, they can do so in dignity and with financial peace of mind.
Okay.
Still looking for that. Hold on, I'm looking for that particular one. 23 is for everybody who remembers what Philip Falwell did to us years ago when he signed away our rights to JPS. 23 says renegotiation of the JPS license for cheaper electricity. Having inherited a fixed license arrangement and assuming office in 2016, the government will now be able to undertake a full renegotiation of the JPS license in 2027. The goal of transforming the energy sector in the national interest. Your government has formally signaled this intention to JPS, and we are committed in delivering the best result for you. A new license will reflect modern realities, sustainable goals, and better electricity costs for households. 24, post-wiring assistance program.
But it's a check 44.
44, 38, 42, 44. One road authority. We have mapped all the roads across Jamaica and created a database of up to 27,000 kilometers of road identified. This will enable more effective overall road development and maintenance of Jamaica's roads. To make this better management a reality, we will create a new regulatory authority of roads, which in its first phase of existence will establish and enforce road construction and maintenance standards for all roads, whether it be main, municipal, parochial, or farm.
That's a good one.
Yeah, me still want to know about the whole stuff part, honestly.
Yeah, try find it, man. Try.
I'm scrolling down, looking for it.
Yeah.
One access.
Caught me well. This brother named
I need to send you the song.
Yeah, man, I send a number, one Jamaica number. I send it to you.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out now.
Yeah.
Come to user.
User.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Great things. Great things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Warm to your arm. Boy. User. What am I saying about it? User. Unmute your mic, brother. Touch your picture and touch your mic. Come on, user, man. Let's go. Alright, look back. Jump out. Inspiration. Inspiration.
42. It's 42, gentlemen.
Oh, it's 42. Okay, go on now.
Yes. National Roof Repair and Room Completion Assistance Program.
Yeah.
Too many households across Jamaica are vulnerable to weather, with leaking roofs a source of frustration, unfinished rooms at their own anxieties. We will ease these issues with a repair of 5,000 of these homes over the next 5 years, starting with the most vulnerable as assessed by the SDC and based on recommendations of relevant members of parliament who best sees and knows the needs of the vulnerable constituents.
Oh, you have to go register with the member office.
Yeah, remember, I go refer people. All right, I'm going to say something, gentlemen. I once had a conversation with a lady that was upset that they took her granddaughter off path. The reason is they took her off path is because the child's mother was working and they lived in a 2-story house. So I had to remind the lady that, miss, path is for people who have outdoor toilets same way. Who don't have a job. She was upset with me because her granddaughter deserves it, because her daughter works 2 jobs. I said,
then my boss. Listen to what we are going to do say now. You are government. It doesn't look rich, secure. You find out, say, most people have outside toilet and stuff. What you as a government do that? Put the picking them from part, or you make the picking them life more comfortable.
You have
because the pick them still like, well, them go to school, them still like come home back to the uncomfortableness, you know.
I understand. But
so you're saying that if he educate himself out of poverty.
No, you're
so no, me understand we are saying about me. I said me attack the whole parting. I think it must mean make the child more comfortable. Because a person uncomfortable, no matter what lunch you give him, you know, he must come home, come face the predicament, you know.
Hold on, Ian. Let me tell you what I'm saying. Let me come forward with it. All right. You see the way how people are selected.
You have to be vulnerable.
Yes, but this lady is not vulnerable. So how she get punished in the first place?
But being
that string.
Yes, but being vulnerable, you know, it's like you tag them in your tribalism still, you know. It no matter which government come up with part and support it, you know. Because if you know say a PNP send your picnic at school, guess which tribe you belong to?
I understand that.
So what the government do is to change, just eradicate me as it'll be part of the eradicate part and bring back comfort zone. Because that person go to school, they give him one meal. And he come home back, come face but the same uncomfortableness.
But doesn't Pat give a grant? Doesn't Pat give a grant on the 1st and the 15th?
Yeah, but what is the grant? Can the grant take you out of the uncomfortable zone?
No.
Can the grant?
So Ian.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I don't have a problem with Pat or any social product. What I have a problem with is the selection process. The selection process leaves open gaps for corruption. Can you imagine a man who can afford to send his child to university having child on path?
Because the man they have low standard. That man they have low standard. Him have the man only. Yeah, him have low standard. Him just want freeness.
He can have low standards some more. Some people are inherently selfish and that will never change. Once a man there say man get something for free, he will do anything to get it.
Yeah, but guess who? Yeah, but guess who? Me that's a selfish in a situation. Yeah, no party. Guess who?
Talk to me.
The man who put them in a put them to try say him and help them. Oh, you help somebody to give him one meal. That's where you help somebody, help the person who can fend for himself. Because I went in go school and tongue, all not feel mine. A JLP send him go to school or a PNP send him go to school. So him become hostile to a tribe. So you bring him in a tribe, in a tribal mindset. That's why when some of them say, oh, I can't switch from PNP because them did send my pick to go to school. And I can't, you understand what I say? So the government have to move away from that thing. What is that? What is part? Somebody who cannot afford to survive.
All right.
And you are a system. Eh?
Are you in the US?
No, man, I'm a Jamaican man, brother.
No, man, I asked if you're Jamaican. I know you're Jamaican, but are you living in the US? A lot of Jamaicans are living in the US. Are you living in the US?
But what I tell you, say, they are Jamaican. I'm not saying I'm born right. They are Jamaican now.
So part is what the US calls social security. It's basically the same thing. It's not only about family. It's not only about family.
So you see it come right back? Same tribalism. One belongs to the Democrat. One belongs to the Democrat and one belongs to the Republican. Now what we have to look and say, who fail in this? The parents or the child? That's why the parents get caught and say, we're going to have some free lunch here, man. Let me more of a food stamp. Yeah. See, if you look on it, our government now have to start to look and say, well, if you have to be such a way in life that your life has been upon the lowest of survival, and the only way you can get a hot, warm meal. Because me have to say to them, we are going to give each child a hot, warm meal. So, party, if the food are cooked, yeah, then I come. You couldn't say cook meal and done, man. Or you have to stretch it out so make it look like, say, something wrong with the food.
Yeah, but where is the mention of the grant? Because they do get some money on the first and
what kind of money you're going to give that person to pay them? Then coming back home to the uncomfortableness. Because alright, let's say you fix the toilet and put it inside. You can't develop your life and find out, Because you try develop your life and then find them and take the picture and fight. So that means the toilet that was see out the door, your lifetime if you want, you pick me at the next picnic for come and part. Don't try move it. So you see the complacency where the government creates some of the time. The complacency is you don't want the person life move up. So what if him have two children at the house? And him decide say he want to uplift him life, the parents. And the parents add one next room and put in the toilet inside.
Alright, hold on. Let's just find some information about it. So, students grade 1 to 13 will receive will be increased from $3,150 per month. Pregnant and lactating mothers increased to $2,650 per month. Persons with disability and adults were increased to $2,650 per month. Minimum benefit increased to $1,100 per month. That's part. That's where it stands now. Benefits to be paid in late. Families will receive between $3,800 and $5,600 for each child.
So you say you understand the answer here? When them give them grocery?
Then give them money and provide the meals.
Yeah, but you see the problem what we are trying to say now, the complacency, you pay them to stay in a complacency.
Right.
You glorify them being vulnerable. And it's try to complete them like anytime, you know.
Ian.
Yeah?
Oh, you know, so them now encourage them to uplift themselves.
Remember, they're paying them to go hard if they want, you know. They're literally paying you to go get a skill now.
No. That's remember say you can't go art when you have to reach a certain age to go art. You forgot?
Ian.
Yeah.
We're talking about the parents. We're talking about the parents now.
Hold on the Emerald. Them not encourage them to go look work so they can take care of themselves though.
No, but what I mean, what I'm saying, chick. Let's say them go. I'm not talk about the jail team or the PNP. I talk about government. A long time.
The government you are talking about.
So what we are saying is that who introduced that?
That's why government did that for man. To help man.
To help, assist. You see, any other government. Yeah, but you see, if the government stop help and start to assist, to energize it. Government, to tell the truth, government not really, what them do is try to glorify complacency. Once you're complacent, you know, import your mind, you know. Import you know.
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah?
Ian, you know, so I live in America, yeah, so you see the people, them, the same thing with in America, they call it welfare.
Yeah.
You see, people, them, me live about 2 houses down from.
You live on welfare?
Me live 2 houses down from a lady who live on welfare.
Yeah, but do you?
No, me never go on no government program.
Nobody ever go upon it.
And let me tell you about the neighbor where me have where I two where live on welfare. You see the fact that she live on the program, she don't want to go work, and a strong woman. Strong woman. And the government pay her rent. They have a thing they call Section 8.
That's what me I say, no, Bossy. If them try to work, that is what the government is paying them to be complacent.
Them don't want to go work because they don't want to lose the benefit.
And everybody. Some people definitely fall.
Some people need up the help. And some people definitely need help, but some people are right the system, brother. Some people right
and
the
them
system.
Them a change that, you know. The Republicans, them a change that.
So when the government that do over here now, the government has send them go work in at the park and
Alright,
clean
then,
toilet.
you know our situation now. It's our government that send them go work.
No, them need to go and up some park go clean toilet and them something. I saw them do them over here now, you know. Them are go make them work at the library, clean up floor and them something there. Take them work at the house, can nothing do them.
We have to downsize the party, downsize it that don't make the people want to live in the plural situation to get benefits. And because somebody is there to contribute to that benefit, you have to always have that mindset there as well.
But I thought there was a program in it where when the children reach certain 18, them get a jar of like a certain amount of money.
That's why they want them reach 18 to become a leader.
See a woman, see a lady here in the chat. She said her son did the part and then leave school with 7 subjects.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, it does help. But some people do take advantage of it though.
It's just the mindset of some people. Just like how you're going to some community here. See?
Yeah.
You see a group of youth, every day you see them just are about the man maker.
Right.
See?
Right.
You tell them, say, yo, watch this. Art round the scene, you can't go art or get a trade instead of a day or so, depend on people. You know, a couple of them, you will find at least 1 or 2 of them and say, yeah man, you mean, how you get in? Yeah. Well, the rest I tell you, say them not depend that because them can call them uncle or foreign or them can call them sister or foreign.
Right.
You see me?
Right.
Because watch this. Me is a man, Ian. I'm not rich, but I always try to help people. You see, Coronation Market, I don't buy food in the market here.
No, well, I would know that.
You hear that?
No,
how me set myself in the market, I don't buy food. Because if you come in the market and you thief something, I mash you up here. So the people them kind of respect my levels in the market.
Yeah.
Me have at least 4 or 5 persons will come check me every week for them food. Yam, banana, scallion, thyme, melon, grape, foreign apple, everything. Me a packing of them bag I give them.
Yeah.
You get me?
Right.
And suppose me for tell you say you have people where work and can provide for themselves.
Yeah.
Check me more than the man who sit down on the corner. So, adjust the mindset of people, brother. You have some people, through them can see say them can get something free. Them take advantage of it. While they have a next man.
That is the point I was making with the party.
Understand chip and emerald. What me I try say now, the government love that.
No, you can't say that, my brother.
No, me not say this government, you know. Me not say this government, I'm saying that it benefit because when that child reach 18, that mindset already developed.
I understand what I'm saying now. Because years ago.
Yeah, and me agree with you on a point. The guy same thing happen over here.
Yes.
That's why you see the poor them love the Democrat Party over here like that.
No, yes.
So me agree with you on a point then.
And I break it down. When me, alright, let's say, alright, boom. The down in the area send some youth to school.
I'm poor, man, I'm lazy.
You see, and I'm saying the youth them go to school. When them youth they reach an age, you know, I'm saying, yo, most of you for lack after ends and lack after ends. How can he? He said no. And that the system they're going.
Which community that?
No man,
any community with that done. Any community with that done.
No man, any community that done, man. You just you join. You understand? Once somebody can feed you. And what I'm saying now is a thing with me. If me tell me I go run to a council or an MP, them little thing they will need that boycott to change. If we are assist mentally. That means that we now look back nothing from the person. So what we do? We are create. We are get rid of this.
They are really comment there.
Yeah, man.
You understand? So with the answer reason, what if we have the power where we can assist with we that still help? Assisting how you want to the person come straight to the top, you know. When you help him, you never know. It's like you look for something from the person. You know, read them ever end up with them. Them say, over PNP, the pamper, done.
Jesus.
And them say creative, you know.
Alright, hold on, man. Make a shift look a bit there. Make a shift look a bit from the past thing, you know. Thing with the pan that for a long time. Rambo, this brother named Rambo.
Yeah, me they get cut off, you know. Give me a talk and then I go.
I know you, man. Hold on. Rambo.
Rambo gonna sleep, man.
Alright, talk now. You talk.
Yeah, man, no. What me did that, say, right? Greetings.
Yeah, you get cut off.
I listen to the program from about 5 hours, you know. Right? And me listen to everybody. But me hear a brother say him live America and he want to go home. And him bring up 3 points, which me totally agree. Because me live both Canada and me live both America. Me a Canadian and me a American. Right? And the 3 point,
Yeah, man, go on now.
And the 3 point when me hear him bring up is the health, security, and the economy. Right? And the security part of it, as one of them DJ they say, from the crime rate drop, we no matter about tax. And nobody no want to come invest in a no country where crime take over our whole life. And right now, me I do a little investment in a Jamaica there. And at the first time, me ever feel so good. You know, say, well, boy, me can go invest and Me not say me won't get robbed and me won't get killed cause nobody no know. But at the first me ever feel so comfortable. Cause right now in a Canada you can get your well you can call it pension. Right? At 60 early you can take it at 60 and in America you can take it at 62. Right? Early retirement. Right? And really and truly, me there in the US right now. And next year me I come back in Canada. To see if me can square off the pension in Canada. And decide to me I go back to Jamaica. But me couldn't go back. I couldn't go back. Now me feel say me can go back and me can go do me investment and me can live and live happily. That's why I would do anything in my power for this government here. Go back in a power, brother. I would do anything in
Stay the course.
Yeah man, stay the course man. I since even I call it Bartlett man and my sister I tell me say them she have 9 people are neighbor them. Right, and none of them now vote unless them get the street, the street where them live on fix and street light. And right away me take up the phone and me call Ed Bartlett, cause in a St. James, East Central St. James. Right? And me I tell him. But true what happened is a PNP councillor, and that is the part me I don't like about politics. Because the PNP councillor fee him duty, you know, to get the street light and to fix those small roads. We don't talk about the big one. The big one are for the MP. But, you know, right. You know, I fee him duty. But it look like him a sabotage the MP.
That make the government look good.
Right. No, the PNP councillor they sabotage the JLP because Edmund Bartlett time at the tourism minister.
They don't want to fix the government look good.
Right. You know, I have to call, I have to say, hold on the man, I take up the phone and I call the minister. I say, yeah, me no boss. Because me want the best in my community, me want the best in my country. And him say, yeah, hear me now, soldier. I don't really feel it duty still, you know. But you see, true, me want the vote. I'll send them come. I'll send them come fix the road.
You know, the council may block the road, you know that?
Yeah, it go hard. Because what the minister they said too, the same road when give some money, people some money for fix. Them not do it good. So me I say, hear me now, no sir. Not trouble them till after the election. After the election, you send them a prison or you sue them. Because time and time again, people take contract and bid less just to get the work. And when they get the work, them not do it good. Who them blame are the MP. Say, them not do the work, they not do the work good or they not care about them.
So user.
And you know my, huh?
Yeah. You don't think the PNP live on the road neither?
Yeah man, no must have.
But the PNP willing to hold it out, you know. They're willing to stay up in the poverty, you know.
Yeah man. I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
So when I tell you about the party, is that bread them grow the people in the complacency. Just be a class. Everything of government is be a class. Whether the local or the government, central government, it's just that the purpose they look for. I am buying you to the other idea, get out, you stay in it. You know what you can leave.
Sometime, you know, the party good and the bad, you know. And it all depends. Me and somebody say depends on the individual. Because me not grow with no father. 6 are we with mother raised. Right? 4 are we did on one bed. 4 are we.
Yeah.
Right? On one bed. I was the one who get trouble. So the bed spring. Them time that they have mattress kayak. Well, me always have a problem and the spring burst and none of we Right. All of we come out and we decide say, well boy, we mother poor because we did have a house that burned down. Michael Manley did give a mother one house because the father did get crazy and burn down the house and all of that. But it all depends on the individual, brother, because of the mindset of people, man. And
Alright.
people, some people just don't have ambition and them lazy, you know?
User.
Yeah, man.
Finish explaining that about it, you call Bartlett and what go on now.
Yeah, man, and him go get the thing. Him go get the thing fixed. Him say him go get the fix and him call the somebody. I don't know who him call. But right away, my sister, in the evening, my sister said them see them a drop some mall and them a do some work. Right? So, I mean,
So one to light them with them say no fix.
well, the light, no. The light, she never tell me, say them come deal with the light. But hopefully, we might get the street light. You know?
And use that.
Yeah.
Them go vote. Now them a go vote.
Yeah, man, them go vote now, man. And nine of them, you know.
Well, I know, you see.
Yeah.
The sample is him what will happen there, so. If you tell him, say, the road they want fix, respect due to Ed Bartlett. But if you need to tell him, say, the road want fix, without telling about the vote. Blackmail, you blackmail him, you know.
No, man, me not give. You see, Ed Bartlett, one of the best politicians.
Good man.
One of the best man.
You understand? So
in a Jamaica.
What we are trying to say is that if we can put your head together, the complacent people are complacent, you know. And I reach out to you because you probably have a link. And the council are telling you, so wait till the PNP them down there, feel now when they see the road are fixed. They must say, the council have fixed it.
yeah, you're right. But the GLP them know say about they fix it, so then go vote, you know.
But you like a more PNP live down there, so what I live right down.
Well, no, him win another era twice.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, man, him win the era twice, but the road there where you say could have more PNP they've done there.
Well, I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I'm not.
There is a labor right road. Why is it that I do not fix the road? A door is a PNP.
Me take out money out of my pocket and fix the road there already still, you know. And it did cause a problem. If you don't go up on my Facebook page, Carl Powell, you know, we see when me have fix the road there, you know, and me go make the mistake and go say something. Say only when politics time, if we get the road fixed, you know. If you know go up on my Facebook page, man, and it did cause a problem. Me go ahead back the office.
Just start the truth, don't.
Yeah, true me talk the truth. It did cause a problem. You know? So the road there a problem. And you have a lot of PNP.
Road, and it cause a problem. You validate your own money, you know. Then you see
man.
They say the government them glorify people complacency, man. Them like complacent.
Then not so them can rule you, man. A politics, you know.
Just as the way me I tell you.
Unless so them can rule you, you know.
Unless you have your own mind.
Yeah, man.
With all of your might, so yo, me I listen to you still, but me not have to do what you're saying. And furthermore, if your constituency can move. I mean, which PNP you know live in a PNP constituency? You know, have not
live in it.
Live in a PNP constituency, which member of parliament belongs to the PNP. Which PNP constituency? You don't have none.
Well, Violet Nielsen did live in a Violet Nielsen was the speaker of the house for a couple years, and she always win. I don't know if you don't know her. Violet Nielsen. East Central St. James, man. She win East.
Huh? Which side? Which are the parties or something?
No man, she a PNP man. Violet News, a PNP man.
So for the year we are living, no one good standing here that.
Yeah man, but you have PNP come there and win, and you have JLP, Winston Spalding used to run there as a JLP and win. Edmund Bartlett come take over, and from him take over, him no lose, not time at all.
Yeah, no, if you remember, you know, the country area, them, remember say, them mix, you know, and like town where you can't live as a true your labor right, or you can't live as a true your PNP. When you go in a more side parish, them, you have all house where mix.
Alright,
you get me?
Make it flip, don't make it flip. A man didn't live.
I don't know if a man didn't live. No, I know one thing they live around the English side.
Yeah man, Edmund they live in a constituency man.
Yeah.
Bartlett Nelson live there.
Well, I know you was a Chowski. Big up Chowski.
Come on, Wagon.
Yeah, man, long time I don't see you. Where you dealing?
Wagon family.
There, man.
There, man. They're not the North Sea do some work, so we signal the body, you know?
You go yard?
Yes, man. Could I ask that?
Oh, because I'm trying, you know.
I must, man.
Eh?
On the weekend, I jump out.
Okay. You may not see you a long time. You go do it.
Yeah, man. I have some of the daughter on the North Sea work.
Okay.
You know me, sir? I used to work, you know, some of them on some work. I mean, I listen all the while, but sometimes we find me the signal bad. So I make no sense for button, you know?
Yeah, man.
So I'll go on differently. Alright, look here. Alright, look spitty.
You don't know already, man. 1 p.m.
Sure, 1 p.m. That is it, man. That is it.
Yeah, man, 1 p.m. hour.
That is it, man. That is it. I work with, you know, 100%. One Jamaica, better Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
Everything when I see now, one reason I have to get rid of Mark Gold in Jamaica, never see nobody like that, because it's everything when Mark Gold have in the manifesto. You know, the Labour Party, they try to implement them things already. You have all the needs in the manifesto, you know.
Everybody see that.
The national identification system. PNP just put a different name.
Yeah.
PNP just put a different name to it, brother.
Sure,
so them man, like a big hat, you know. If one of them put it in, them don't want to go in, you know. And yeah. Boy, he can bring divide and rule in our country, you know. But I don't see that divide in a long time. They lost. So. Yeah, man. Yeah, and you know, it's real and truly, you know, strictly, in a factly speaking, the government are on a deficit for the next 2 years for about 1% of GDP. So basically, that's about $40 billion year on deficit every year in shorter. So if you go take up that, you know, that's a big problem.
Them say 60 million.
You get me? So now, yeah, you can chart about 60 billion. It's not going to implement money. It's that money. If that was a serious thing, they'd have put in the manifesto, you know. Yeah. But because they just showed something, hopefully it's stick, you see. When you look on the Labour Party manifesto, well thought out. Well thought out.
Very scary.
Yeah. A long time I say some of them like a young baby mother, single woman, they need assistance to build their life back, you know?
Oh. Yeah. I see them put something for them.
See the government put a focus. And get money for them child care.
And the 19-year-old girl when say him buck up and make him put that in a manifesto.
One of the biggest thing in there is scripting. What are the scripting?
Yeah.
One of the biggest thing in the manifesto is the one word authority, you know. One word authority. Yeah. Biggest thing that's in the manifesto. So because every year,
because you hear, just to give an example of one road with young people.
Because people are saying,
yeah, man, a big thing that's for real, man.
Yeah, a big thing that I know we can have some specifically deal with the road.
Yes, the road them will fix now. Because the Virgin said, and they know how to do government look good, so government have to do it itself.
Yes, that type of politics that come in. That type of politics that come in.
Yeah, a good thing that. Real. Right. What on the show, Skip? We talk to this person, Mitzi. Mitzi Harrison. Good night. Hello, Mitzi Harrison. Miss Mitzi? Tito? How the phone I go answer? Tito? Hello, Tito? You cannot talk at all. Dexton? Hello, Dexton?
Yeah, man, I'm here, Scooty.
Yeah. We'll continue now.
Yeah, man, I'm just listening for now. Can you just give me a second and just move to the other person. Yeah, I'll come back.
All right. Chip.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Go on, cat now.
Man, so right now, same thing my boy say, same thing my meds, you know, 'cause actually, this road thing, I don't know, but to me, I feel like Andrew make
Chip, and I'm nice.
No, man, I don't want to look quiet room there by myself, because I done patrol and everything.
I will work them.
I said the road thing, I feel I check Andrew good and make deal with them straight, you know.
If they check, I go do it, yes?
Yeah, because actually all of the road, them do them in Jamaica, you know. Most of the contractor, them
take over the part the thing there.
Most contractor, when they get the contract, them not do them in a scripty. Them just bid for a little price as to my boys, and when the work for go on, you can't find them. You see?
Yeah.
And we check, once you check the contract, check off everything already. Everything.
Every equipment.
Every equipment, brother. You hear that? And them get the work done.
Fast.
Yeah, them work fast, with me. Them amongst them, you know. Them work fast.
Yeah.
And a day and night them work, you know.
Yeah, can remember when them in the Marcus Garvey drive, it just done quick and fast.
Yeah, man, a day and night them work, man. They have a set work in the morning till about 6:30, and then they have a next set come on.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah, day and night them work.
But then forget it, yes, man, and make the country develop quick and fast, man.
Them are gonna get it, Scooty, man. Them are gonna get it. But the young pregnant woman thing, you see them here and talk about